Okay, guys and girls, when we use a percentage, it's best to move it to a decimal. So I want to show you how to take a percent and turn it into a decimal. I think some of you will be familiar with this. We take the decimal as it's written. So if it is a decimal less than 1, 0.06%, percent less than 1, I take 0.06 divided by 100. Notice I get 0.0006. If it's a decimal between if it's a percent between 1 and 9%, 7.9%, I take 7.9, divide it by 100. I get 0.079. If it's between 10 and 99, I take the number, 15.7%, I divide that by 100, I get 0.15. These are what allow me to use the percentage. 135%, so 100% or greater, I take the number 135, divide it by 100. My usable decimal is 1.35%. So in order to make a percentage useful, I want to turn it into a decimal. Now, let's say I have a fraction and I need to find the percent of a number. It comes up in one of the problems this week for the grid, the percentage grid choice board for the president question. But if I have a fraction, I want to move it to a decimal. So I take 1/10, I divide the numerator by the denominator, I get 0.10. It is now usable just like this. If I have 7 out of 20, I divide out 7 divided by 20, I get 0.35. In reality, this is equal to 10%. This is equal to 35%. This is equal to 128%. Okay, that's what those fractions are representing. 32 out of 25. Oh, that's more on top than on the bottom. When I divide it out, it would be like getting 128%. So instead of having a percentage to start, it says, hey, this part out of this much, I need my decimal to use it, or I need to convert this fraction to a percentage. So I make it a decimal, and instead of dividing this one by 100, I multiply it times 100, times 100, times 100. So now I have a percentage. Now, normally, you use a decimal to solve problems involving percents. These are straightforward percent problems that we're using, okay? We do know the is over the of equals p over 100, but that's when we're having missing parts, a lot more complicated. Let me show you two problems real quick. One type of problem is you find tax on something. You go and buy something at the store. You buy something that costs $25.78. What is the tax and total cost? So you take the tax, you make it a decimal, tax to the decimal. You multiply the decimal times the cost. It gives you $1.727. We want to round it to the nearest hundredth, right there. So the tax is $1.73. Now to find my actual total cost, I take my original cost plus my tax. I owe the clerk $27.51. That's my total cost, okay? That's adding the tax on. If I want to find the discount is something you take off the original cost. It might be a little tag that says 20% off. You buy something that costs $54.85. How much are you actually going to pay, and what is that discount? So I take the discount, make it a decimal. It's 0.2. Okay, I multiply the 0.2 times the cost. $10.97 is my discounted amount. To find my total cost, I take what I would have paid, and instead of adding this time, I subtract the discount. I will now pay $43.88 because I saved $10.97. Percentages are fun problems. There's a lot of good stuff you can do, and you're going to see that this week in the choice board. I had a real good time doing the Amazon problem. So take a look at that problem and see what you think about it, and do one for yourself. Hope this helps, and we'll talk to you again later if you need help.